I got questions because did it seem like the climax of this episode was kind of like planned and it was like lighthearted and then it just kind of got out of control, or is it me? Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Basketball Wives. This is season 10, episode 8. And like I said, as we get toward the end, we're going to talk about it. The climax of this episode seemed to me like it wasn't supposed to actually climax. Like it was like lighthearted. And then, you know, sometimes in reality TV, we set up a little something and then sometimes it gets to a point where it kind of gets out of your control. Where, you know, perfect example. Y'all remember the one time when Jocelyn and Stevie came and they was high as a giraffe's ass, honey? Allegedly. And everybody else was playing, but Jocelyn didn't realize that everybody was playing, so she was walking around the room, pulling ponytails off and popping the hell out of folks. Remember that? How that just got out of control? See, I believe people, you know, people for sometimes people forget. Oh, this is for play. And that person was serious. And I think it kind of was one of those situations. Anyway, look, whatever. We're going to talk about it. Let's go. Okay, so the women ascend down onto Las Vegas, baby. Nothing better. They get there, they got a surprise from Jackie. Nothing worse. Honey, Jackie takes them to this camel safari. Let me start by saying this. Child, camels are ugly. They are ugly. I've always thought they were ugly. They don't look like anything. That's like, you know, I always, from a child, I've always I put things together. That's kind of what I do. Like deer, you know, I think deer are just like big dogs. So it's like, okay, you know, deers are cool. I just kind of put things together, you know. Birds, you know, that kind of bird just looks like a bigger one of that bird. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. The only thing I can't really get with is snakes and just all things that wiggle and that I can't. And it kind of carries over with me into some of the arachna stuff because some of it moves like that too. And, you know, just a regular spider doesn't bother me. But when you got 10 and 20,000 legs and your body moves like this, the less vertebrae, the worse. I can't stand you. I can't do it. And camels are like one of those things. Camels aren't like dogs. You know, they're horrible. Like, even like, I'll go so as far as a zebra. A zebra is just another kind of a horse. Is what it, is it just me? Look, don't judge me. I'm getting down off my soapbox. Anyway, but don't boom, boom, bam, and I'm back. That's just the way it is. I can't put camels with anything other than ugly. They're just ugly and they slobber and they're just horrible. They're horrible. And it was just a horrible time. And the ladies were having a horrible time at first. And now I think of Jackie blowing in the camel's nose and all that. Girl, get out of here. That's too much. That's just too damn much. Ugh. And was the blowing in the camel's nose to arouse the camel? Like what? Why do you want to arouse a camel, Jackie? That's ridiculous. And then when Angel said, now, Jackie, you always say that you don't give Doug oral, but now you want to feed llamas and blow on camels and blow kisses at camels. I'm with you on that one, Angel. Jackie, you full of mess. You got a lot going on, girl. You're weird, honey. You're weird. Blowing camels is really... That's where I draw the line. Blowing camels and it ain't no cigarette. Get on, Jackie. That's a mess. Anyway, moving on. Nia When they go, they have a little sit down. Now that was cute. When they sat down and the safari actually had little stuffed no, the stuffed camels were cute. Those little stuffed animal camel, that was cute. I thought that was cute for them. You know, that's cute for a girl's thing. You know, girls like stuffed animals, so that was cute. Anyway, that was the whole best part of the safari for me, is the little stuffed animal. Anyway, Nia apologized to Angel. Angel, I don't even know no better way to say it. Angel basically wasn't accepting the apology. She wasn't accepting it. Then Nia kind of let out that, you know, she didn't really care for the fact that Duffy actually brought rock into it. Me either. Me either. It was just touching. That was just ugly. It was ugly. I understand she's pregnant and don't need the stress of it. But again, he's male and he's bitchy. So it's always going to go ugly. But they saw, you know, you've seen Duffy's had her own run-in now with Rock, and you see he's just as bitchy as any of you women in the clique. So he's always a wrong idea to bring into the fold of you all not getting along or having a disagreement. He's not the male to go and get, because he don't lend anything but some more feminine energy to the situation. It ain't no different than coming to get me. What you coming to get me for? I don't. Child, that's women's mess. I'm just going to sit down and say, y'all figure it out. I'm not getting ready to go and try to, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Bringing too much feminine energy into the situation to actually squash the situation. He just came and basically, like, he was taking up for Angel's absence. I said, wait, look here. Anyway, so she was kind of saying that Duffy really took offense to that. And it was just on after that. She's like, she didn't feel like the apology was sincere. She felt it was fake. And it just kind of spiraled. And from that point, it kind of was weird. I had a kind of weird time. Y'all know I kind of like Duffy a little bit. I kind of had a thing with Duffy. Why does it feel like, to me, and is it just me, or did it feel like Duffy brought Nia and Noria there to beat up on? That's how I was feeling. Like she literally brought them to whoop up on. Not cool. Not cool. Like, I don't care. Like, you know, nobody is a punching bag. Nobody should be set up to be a punching bag. And that's how I felt. I feel like, you know, the group is not feeling Nia. And it's really Nia. It's not Noria, because nobody really had a problem with Noria. But again, later on, Duffy said, you know, if you any kind of a sister, I figured you know, shit, you plan on beating them both up. That's just the way it was. Anyway, that's just how I felt. Y'all tell me in the comments if y'all kind of felt that too. Move on. Let's move it on. Duffy and British actually go. You know, the girls all separate out. She sends them to the house. Duffy and British go to meet up with French Montana. This was an uncomfortable scene. This was uncomfortable. I said, Duffy, now wait a minute. Now, who are you now? Are you the damn madam? Because she was literally selling British to French. And French didn't seem all that interested in British. He didn't seem like, all right. He didn't give her fever like, oh, you know. Oh, yeah, she's this and she's that and she got this. She got running down her resume like she was selling her. I said, oh, jeez. I said, I was waiting on Duffy to say, y'all come back now, you hear? I was like, girl, you giving me mad time, honey. But anyway, she asked him, you know, about the record. She was beating around the bush to it. British said, she wants to know if you'll do a song on her. And he actually said yes. So that was really, really good. Then, shortly after that, Duffy FaceTimes the ladies to tell them what, you know, what was going on and everything. And then she disinvites Noria and Nia. Well, really Nia. she disinvites Nia to come to the gig that night. I said, wow, are you freaking kidding me? So you literally just flew me for however many hours it takes. It takes me 4.5 to 5 hours to get to Vegas from where I'm at. I'm in Pittsburgh. So like 4.5 hours. You put me on a plane for that kind. Well, they were on a jet too. Rich people problems. You put me on a jet, you heifer, and take me all the way to Vegas to tell me I gotta sit in the house? Well, bitch, how dare you? That is so horrible. So for me, I know you just got off the plane. But at that point, I felt like Noria and Nia should have picked their bags up and headed to the nearest hotel, or if they wanted to stay in Vegas, or go on and head back to the airport. But we're anywhere other than where these hoes is at, because that would have been it at that point. They'd all been hoes. Even the ones I like, you hoes, I know you hoes did not. And that's why this shirt is so perfect for this, because that's how I felt. From that moment going forward, I felt as though Duffy's thing was hashtag got you, bitch. And that's how she treated them. That was horrible. Disinvited them. Now, they go do the show. Looked like they had a good time, baby. They had a good old time, baby, because they brought the sun in, honey. I said, let the sun shine. Baby, they was talking. I said, oh, I thought it was the next day. Well, it was the next day, but damn, they hadn't been home. But the only people that went was British, Brandy, and Brooke. So Malaysia, Jackie, Angel, none of them even came to the show. And then you disinvited Noria and Nia, and then we find out later in the show that you actually said you felt sorry about it. You felt, after you thought about it a while, you felt bad about it, and you contact them to re-invite them. I said, oh, Miss Duffy, no ma'am. No ma'am. And then they didn't come. And then it seems as though she had the nerve to take a little bit of an offense that they didn't come. They shouldn't have even taken your call. They should, now let's just be real. They should not have even taken your call. They should not have even been in earshot of you at that point. And anytime they've seen you going forward, they should have gave you very much of, is she talking to us? Psh, they should have been done with you. That's true. Now, I'm telling you, SpillitBoyTV style, baby, I'd have gave you a good letting alone. Because how dare you? And how embarrassing is that? How embarrassing is for a bitch to get you, because she got you. You flew them all the way. And then you did it on your dime, so that was real grand. You flew them into Vegas to mistreat them. Or maybe not to mistreat them, but you flew them there, and after you got them there, you decided to just mistreat them. Girl, please. We wouldn't be speaking at all. At all. Moving on. So I thought that was horrible. I really did. I thought it was horrible. And I know Jackie said she had gotten drunk. Malaysia said she was tired and she had drank a little bit too much. And of course, Angel, you know, Angel's feet were swelling and stuff beforehand anyway. So Angel should have probably been at home with Rock anyhow. But, you know, now, yeah, whatever. Moving on. Malaysia and Jackie had some, like, time to actually sit with each other. And they were saying, you know, they were reconnecting and just saying, you know, how they were, you know, happy for each other, glad they're in a good space now and everything. But that damn nasty Malaysia talking about, oh, I gotta pee. And Jackie's like, please don't do that. Please don't pee in this hot tub. Do people really pee in hot tubs? That is disgusting. If I was in a hot tub and you pee in the hot tub, I know people do it in pools and stuff, which is still disgusting. But there's chlorine and stuff in the, you know, a lot of chlorine in the pool. But in a hot tub, that's like being in a bathtub. If I'm in there with you and you pee, I would give you the 5-finger discount, honey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Across your whole face. Not a part of your face, but your whole damn face. You pissy, nasty freak. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. If I want to involve myself in any type, do you understand me? Come close to the screen. If I want to involve myself in any form or fashion of a golden shower, then I will tell you and invite you. How dare you sit in a damn hot tub and piss, you nasty. That is disgusting. But I think she was just pulling Jackie's leg. Then Jackie gonna say, girl, let me feel the water, Jackie. Here you go with this. Oh, Jackie in this lesbian spirit, I cannot. I cannot. She put her hand down there. I said, what you ready to do? Let me feel the water and feel if the water got... Well, you might as well have leaned over there and drank it. Child, Jackie and her lesbian spirit, whatever that lesbian spirit that invades Jackie's body, I cannot. I cannot. She's a nasty lesbian lady that, that invades Jackie's spirit every now and again. Let me feel the water. Girl, bye. Anyway, that's disgusting. Moving on. All right. Then she goes ahead and she shares that she's really going through some problems with adjusting to Doug being back working, being on the road, and it's just not, the transition hasn't been as easy for her as she thought it would be, and she'd be missing Doug and stuff, and I think their life had kind of normalized like a regular normal couple instead of like a high profile couple, and I think she got used to that and she enjoyed that, but now they're like back to the beginning. And one, we know Jackie has some insecurities with her. Two, it's just, change is a little rough on you as you get older too. And let's admit it, Jackie's getting older. So change is a little rough on you. So she's having a rough time. She gave it to Malaysia. She told her. And she said, I would love to be able to share that kind of thing with the ladies. But I don't know that I really trust, to do that. So later on that morning, Jackie went ahead and she did actually share with the girls, and it was really nice because they really did embrace her. It was a really nice, they had a really nice hour or so, and the girls, they really did. They said, we don't know, Jackie, we all look to you as the roadmap of how to do this, but what we can actually do as a collective is we can always make our ear available to you, and we love you, and we will do that. And I believe them. I do believe them. Even through all of their mess, I believe them. I definitely do believe. I believe that any of them would actually be there. That's what groups of friends do, child. And they're actually a group of friends. And we see that later on as it goes on. They are a group of friends that really do care for one another, and that's why they fight so hard. Nia and Noria, you are not part of the group. You're not. Just so you know, in case you missed it. Y'all, you two aren't part of the group, sweetie. But anyway, then Malaysia and Brandy had a moment, and Malaysia actually apologized to Brandy. She apologized to Brandy. Brandy accepted it, and I said good, because I was really becoming quite tired of that banter back and forth. And how pretty did Brandy look in this scene with the cute netted outfit and that neutral color, and the way her hair was, and the way her makeup was. She looked really, I kept looking at her, I was like, wow, Brandy. Like, stunning. She was really looking stunning in this whole scene, all the way through. I love the outfit on her, love the fit, but it was just her makeup and her hair and everything, and then she wasn't acting a bitch. She was just being regular old Brandy, and maybe it's that I know she got some other stuff going on that she has not shared with them, which just opened up another softer spot for me. But for whatever reason, she really did look breathtaking in this scene. Very, very pretty. Very pretty. But, yeah. So that was good. That was really good. That was good. They had about a good hour there. Then the next thing we see, honey, the whole energy change when the sisters came down and came into the kitchen. And this is the bad part, because I don't feel that the sisters are actually trying to start, like, I don't feel like they're trying to start trouble. I think Nia was open up to be with the shits at first, but then she kind of saw, like, oh, maybe not. I think she rethought it, and she really was really trying to fix it and really not trying to get into it. And I think Noria actually sees that the girls are not feeling her sister, and that is her sister, and she's taking offense to it. So now I think we've gotten to a place where we really can't get past. Okay? You know, that happens a lot of times. This is why we say, and I know my life is set up that way. I don't tell my brother shit. You understand? I tell my brother nothing about what is going on with people, a person, a situation, until I know I am completely done. Done. Do you understand me? Done, 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 done. Done. That's when I'll share with him. I'm not, if there's a chance that we may reconvene, I'm not even going to, well, I'm probably going to just hold it anyway, but I definitely am not going to let him know that something's going on until, because he's just unforgiving and he just ain't trying to hear it. And he, you know, it's going to be a problem. He just be mean like that. Like he don't want, don't do mine. That's, you know, that's just the way he is. Don't do mine, you know, and I don't want to be in a position where now I done said something to him and he ain't feeling the person, and then me and the person is cool and all. We ain't going to do all that. So I don't tell him nothing. And I think this is the place where they are, because I think Nia wants to make up. Noria is now not wanting to be bothered, where nobody had a problem with Noria. They really had a problem with Nia. But she is her sister. So you be a fool to go at Nia and think that Noria not going to pull your hair from the bag. And the way things start going down, yeah, pretty much. Because when this all went down, Duffy ended up coming back in. She let the girls know that she was definitely made a decision to keep DJing, which I think she should. She was like, you can see her in her element. She was having such a good time. You're too young to be making that type of decision. You got so much more to do. There's so much more success for you to embark upon, so much more life. Do not let a man lock you down. You are a young woman. You're a young woman, and you're somebody's mother, and you don't want to ever go back and have to look and you resent your children, you resent your husband, you resent everything, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. So I think she made the best decision. He'll get over it. He'll be all right. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. They'll be fine. Anyway, so he talked about the text. And Duffy, it really turned into Duffy versus the sisters. Duffy was really on go, and Nia wasn't. Nia really was like, okay, I mean, why do we have to keep going back? I've apologized to Angel, you know, and then Angel got on my nerves. She didn't really get the apology, but she was being smart. Like, Angel was saying stuff that I feel Angel wouldn't say if she wasn't actually 7 months pregnant. Like, when she's like, just give me some damn respect. I don't think Angel would even approach any of the girls in that manner, not being 7 months pregnant. I don't see it, Miss Angel. I don't. And I think that you know, some people get camera balls, and I think you got prenatal balls at this point. You doing a lot that I don't think you would be doing if you was 7 months pregnant. But girl, whatever. Nia said, okay, girl, you know, cool. No problem. I mean, she ate it. Okay, cool. Noria told him, you all are very cliquish, and y'all are acting like mean girls. And Brooke was doing the most. Like, Brooke is doing the most. Brooke acts like the message was really about, the message was horrible. Don't get me wrong, it was horrible. And if Angel said, I don't want to be your friend, to hell with you, because that's what I'd have gave her, there would have been no need for an apology. We would have been done. We'd been done. I don't want to hear what your excuse is. I don't care that you got a baby out of wedlock. That's fine. That's fine. But I ain't asked you. for your take on what I did with my box. So no, I'd have just been done. But okay, I mean, Brooke, girl, you running it down to the track. Like, girl, you ain't fussing, Angel fussing. I mean, your Angel not fussing, you fussing. And then Duffy, you fussing because you got displaced anger because you're mad about what happened with you and Angel and Rock, but that was your situation. So you got some displaced anger. You can't really go at Angel. So now you just go and take out all your frustration basically on Noria and Nia. That's the way I saw it. But it just what they're brought like they're your whipping dogs. And that's what she said. She kept saying when Noria was trying to say something, she said, ain't nobody even say nothing to you. Ain't nobody say nothing to you. She said, but you disinvited us. She said, no, I disinvited her. But I figured if you was any type of sister. I was like, well, that didn't make sense. Like, you did it to them. Like they said in the beginning. Girl, you picking at them. Whatever. And the whole situation, I just feel like, I really do feel like Duffy's wrong. You wrong. And then she finally got around to it. Well, y'all could just leave. Then Nia's like, I'm not going nowhere. You know, I'm not going nowhere. Or whatever. And then it just keeps going. Then Brooke jumped in. And then Duffy's going. And then you get Brandy stands up in front of the sisters. And then Duffy throws like a paper plate at them. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm looking at Nia. Nia's face is like she's getting ready to laugh. And I'm looking at a couple of the other ones. They look like they're getting ready to laugh. And I'm like, okay. So it was like a little skirmish at first. And I said, was this kind of like a setup thing? Like, we're like, okay, all right. It ain't really no big deal. And then it just kind of got out of hand. Like, it just kind of grew legs. Is how it kind of felt like. No, I don't think anybody ever thought it was going to get to where it got to. Because she threw the paper plate. Nia threw a damn apple over there at her. I think they were fake apples, though, but she threw the little apple. Brandy standing in the middle of them. And then is when it kind of got, wait a minute. Brooke, because see, Brandy was getting ready to try to take like water bottles out of, she like tried to take the water bottle out of Noria's hand and stuff. And then when we knew anything, the damn Brooke, I think it was Brooke that did it. Yeah, threw a drink. Because she had a drink in her hand. Threw a drink on the two of them. Like, wait, Brooke, why did you do that? Threw a drink on them. And Nia threw another plate. And then it just got really crazy. And then the guys come in, you know, the production crew came in. And they're pulling them apart and everything in the midst of it all. And then, shit, Noria is like, she was like the Jocelyn Hernandez, like, girl, everybody playing. Y'all playing, I ain't playing. She threw a damn glass, and the glass hit Brandy upside the head. I ran it back a couple times. And it was a light-hearted skirmish that literally turned into a kerfuffle, if you will. But when she tossed that glass back there, it said, poop, it hit Brandy right upside her head, honey. And Noria was hollering. She said, you threw the glass first. You threw a glass at me first, and you cut me, bitch. I was like, oh. So I don't know. I don't know. It was really unnecessary. It really, when you say something really ain't that deep, and y'all really put 20 on 10 start with you, Duffy, you put 20 on 10. Brooke, you too old. You're like too old. What was the point of you throwing? You're like, girl, you could be the sisters' mother. What reason did you have for throwing a drink on those young ladies? That was just out of order. And I mean, we all know you don't like Nia. You've made it very clear. The fact that you keep going at Nia like you going at her is crazy. But then you threw that drink on her. Like, what was that? She's not your daughter. How would you feel if some broad your age threw a drink on your daughter? Now, you got to really put things into perspective. You literally have a daughter. Their age. How would you feel if some old whore threw a drink on your daughter out in the midst of an argument that ain't yours? You better think. That's somebody's daughter. That was a mess. Y'all tell me, did I miss something? Did I watch it wrong? Do you all think that Duffy started treating them like Cinderella stepsisters? Or what? Or they was treating them like Cinderella. I just didn't get it. And then she told him to get out. You brought him all the way to Vegas to tell him to get out. They should have already been gone, though. Anyway, listen, I'm out of here. Talk to me in the chat. I'll talk to y'all later.